Hello guys, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to explain how to take the array element from the user and also how to find the size of an array. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. Open a new file, and in this lecture, I am going to teach you how to find the size of an array. And can we take the input of an array from an user? Yes, it is possible. And how to take input of an array from the user. Okay, it's very simple to take the input from the user, like we have done for integers, characters, floats, all the stuff which we have taken the input from the user. The same way we can also take the input from the user to an array. There is nothing more than that to know. But yeah, coming back to our lecture, hash include stdio.h, and I'm going to write a main function. Inside the main function, what I'm going to do, inside the main function, I'm going to first we need to know the size of an array, right? So I'm declaring marks of 3, same. Okay, marks of 3, the data type int marks of 3 equals, I'm expecting some numbers here. Okay, so these three are the marks of 0, marks of 1, and marks of 2. So how to find the size of an array? So we can find the size of an array in a couple of ways. First, I'm going to tell how to find the size of an array using for loop. Okay, so instead of using for loop, I'll directly tell how to find the size of an array. There is a function called size of. Okay, this is a function called size of. So I'm going to print the size of the array. Okay, the size of an array is %d. It's an integer, right? So %d comma. So how to find the size? Size of marks divided by size of the first element, marks of 0. Okay, now try to execute this and save it under array size. You can say array size, save. The size of an array is 3. So how can we find the size of an array? We can find the size of an array by the size of the array divided by size of the first array element. So why are we doing this? If you remember, I have already discussed this size of function the way back. So what do the size of method do? The size of method will give us the size of an integer, an array, a float, or something, how many bytes or bits it would take. Okay, since this is an integer, it would take 4 bytes. According to my compiler, it will take 4 bytes. So 4 3 is 12. 4 plus 4 plus 4 will be 12. If I remove this, the size of marks will be how much? 12. See the output now. Yeah, the size of an array is 12. It's getting 12. So the size of each element, it will say. So the size of total elements divided by size of each element will give the size of an array, divided by size of the first element, marks of 1. Yeah, it gives the size of an array. What is it doing? Size of marks, the total size of marks are 12 divided by each 4. 12 divided by 4 will give us 3. So the output would be 3. Yeah, simple. This is how we need to find the size of an array. Okay, we are good till this point. So we came to know how to find the size of an array. Okay, so now how to take input from of an array from the user. So how to take it from the user. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print what I'm going to print on the output screen. We even don't know the size. The size should also be specified by the user. Okay, so I'm going to print the thing. See, please enter the size of an array. Okay, so I'm going to scan this size. Inside the size will obviously be integers, right? So scanf, scan, okay, scanf percentage d, since this is an integer, and I will store inside an element called int size. Okay, I am going to store it in ampersand size. Okay, so he will enter the size, and then I will print what I'm going to print. Please enter the elements. Okay, please enter the elements. So before this I'm going to keep a new line so that it will come into the new line, and after this also I'm going to new line. So the user will enter according to the size he specified. He will enter. Okay, if he specified 3, the size as 3, then he will enter 3 elements. If he specified 2, the user will enter 2 elements. So how to scan those 2 or 3 elements at a time? Okay, for this we can also use for loop. Okay, for int I equals 0, I less than size I plus plus. Okay, I'll explain what this loop will do, but quietly watch this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to scan the functions. Okay, scanf percentage d comma ampersand. I'm going to declare an integer. Okay, please enter the size of an array, an integer array. Okay, integer array. So I'm going to declare an array of size, int array of size. Okay, so ampersand array of I. We're going to store this inside this scanf function. Okay, I hope you understood this. For int I equals 0, int I less than size I plus plus. Okay, so it's going to start from 0. Okay, we have declared an integer called I, and we know the size now because the user already entered the size less than that size I plus plus. So every time it's going to increase 0, 1, 2, 3 up to the size minus 1, since we have kept less than symbol here. Okay, so it's going to store inside the ARR element. We have declared this ARR element here, integer ARR of size. Okay, I'm going to compile this. So please enter the size of an integer array. I'm going to enter the size as 3. Enter. Please enter the elements 12, 34, 56. Enter. Okay, so it is also taking 3 inputs. I want to show you the output. Okay, I want to traverse you. I think you guys remembered how to traverse, right? For int I equals 0, I less than size I plus plus. I'm going to traverse this. Okay, printf. What I need to printf? The entered. No need to write all this stuff. Percentage d, new line, comma. What I need to print? I need to print the array of I. Okay. Okay, so printf percentage d array of I. Okay, I'm going to print these elements. Also, please enter the. Okay. I'm going to execute this. Please enter the size of an integer array 3. Please enter the elements 12, 34, 56. Okay. It is also giving us the output 12, 34, 56. So it means it is the proof that it's storing the elements which we have entered. Okay. So in this lecture, what we learned how to get the size of an array and how to enter the array in the output screen and get it stored inside an array. It's a simple logic. There's nothing more complicated here. We also learned how to store the elements of an array if the user enters. In the same way, we can also store the elements of an array when it comes in the output screen. Okay, so that's it about this lecture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.